right now.
Thanks for coming in and thanks for watching. It's bad enough when a child's paternity is uncertain, but sometimes the search for a dad can last for decades. Please welcome Don Trey to the show. Don Trey, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Hi. How old are you?
I'm 23.
23. And for those 23 years, you have believed or not believed you knew who your biological dad was.
Right.
You don't know. You're not certain.
No.
Tell me about your relationship with your supposed biological dad.
Well, it hasn't really been a relationship, Bill. Let me just put the cheese on the cracker for you.
Put it on, baby. Put it on. Put it on. Put it on.
Basically, for 23 years, I've been going through life thinking that this was my father. And he wants a DNA test after all of these years.
How does that make you feel?
I'm pissed off.
You don't like it at all?
Due to the fact of the matter is, it's all this time. You could have did this when I was 5. You could have did this when I was 2. Why now, after all this? I have a son of my own now. And it hurts me because it's like, why would you do this and you could have did it in the past? Now I'm older when I probably wouldn't even knew of it.
And money may be an issue here because, as I understand it, your supposed biological dad owes your biological mom about $60,000 in back child support. And if he can get out of that by saying, I'm not your father, he might save him a lot of money. But more importantly, wasn't your daddy in prison for 15 years?
Yeah.
Explain that process.
So for 15 years, I wrote him every day, you know, explaining myself who I am because he didn't get that opportunity to know who I am. It threw me for a loop to meet him, and it wasn't like I anticipated.
What happened at that meeting?
When I met him, I was 17, and I was on my way to homecoming. And when I went to the homecoming, I went to his house, and when I went to his house, all of my other siblings were there. And it threw me for a loop because I was like, how could all of them be here, and I'm the one person, and I never knew you were even in Milwaukee for that time.
You didn't know, he ignored you when he got out.
Basically,
You
yeah.
thought the day he got out, because of all the letters you had written and because you held him in such high esteem, this is going to be a brand new relationship with your dad. So you finally meet him kind of off the cuff, and he doesn't acknowledge you.
Basically, he didn't acknowledge me. He didn't even let me know, look, I'm your father. I love you. I'm here. He didn't embrace me. He didn't do none of that.
How did that make you feel?
It hurt. It hurt. For a long time, I went from hurt to disappointment to anger till now I just really don't care.
And you know, your mother has tried to get him to take DNA tests in the past. You know what? He said, I'm not doing it. I don't want to know. But now, when he gets a notice on $60,000 in back child support, now
it's ironic that he won.
It's ironic. And so he missed your whole, he was in prison for 15 years.
A lot. Birthdays, holidays, sporting events. Well, he made my graduation.
He wants to see your mom, though, doesn't he?
Yeah, every time when he would call, it would be, hi, Trey. And I'd be like, what's up, Pop? He'd be like, oh, where your mom at? It would never be, how you doing, how's school, what's going on, what's new in your life.
Why do you want to talk to your mom?
I think it was for sex, to be honest.
Let's find out. Please welcome Trey's alleged father, Kenyatta, to the show. Kenyatta, come on out. Kenyatta, how you doing, man?
I'm doing all right, Bill.
Tell me what's going on. Why do you doubt paternity of this fine young man?
Oh, because it's a long story. It's like when I was there to see him come out the womb.
You were there.
I was at the hospital.
And what happened with that telephone call?
And if somebody called the phone and say they're the father of my son, supposed to be. I done went and passed out cigars, got ready for the big day.
Then the call comes from his dad.
Then the call comes and they say, there's somebody else on the phone talking about they the dad.
And you said, well...
I say, what? You know what I'm saying?
Did you know that went on?
Yeah, he told me that when we had that conversation when I was 17. But up until that point, it was never brought to my attention. I never knew that.
And then,
so why didn't you take the opportunity to get the test right then and there? You know what I mean? Like right then and there, you could have took the test and we could have got this settled.
We tried to do that then, right then and there. You know what I'm saying? But then, you know, money issues and...
Plus, 23 years ago, the DNA isn't what it is today.
Right.
So when you were locked up for 15 years for a rather serious offense, you got a lot of letters from Trey, didn't you?
I got a few letters from him. Not a lot of letters, like every day. You wasn't writing me every day.
I was writing you all the time. I wrote you, I remember I told you each and every little girl I had a crush on. I told you what I was doing in school, what grades I was getting, all of that.
Yeah, and
for a long time.
And I never wrote you back?
I never said that you never wrote me back. That was not what I said.
Oh.
I never said that. That was not what I said. What I said was I wrote you all this time, and then when it came down to it, I felt as if when you got out, you was around all my other siblings but me. What was
him and you rejected him? Did you call his mother for sex instead of trying to see Trey?
No, I didn't ever call his mother for sex. We were just having conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it was a lot of. How can I put this? A lot of.
You were uncertain. What about the $60,000? Is that a factor?
Yeah, that's a factor.
That's a factor, isn't it?
Yeah, but that ain't got nothing to do with
Please welcome Trey's mother, Nicole, to the show. Nicole, come on out.
That ain't got nothing to do with that ain't got nothing to do with
Sit down here, Mama. Tell me what's happening, the dynamic of this relationship, because do you have any doubt whether or not he's the father of this young man?
I don't have no doubt. No. They look too much alike. Too much alike. They act alike. They dance alike. I mean, their faces are alike. This is my child's father.
No question.
No question.
Well, what happened at the delivery room when there was a call made from some dude who said, I'm the father?
What happened was, yes, I was in labor, and he was there. He was there, but what happened was this guy called, and this was my best friend's brother. That's his character. That's who he is. And I told him.
He was joking. So
he was joking.
It was supposed to have been a joke.
Funny joke.
That's what I said. That's what I said.
But that's just who he is.
So why didn't it get resolved then? Like that's
why didn't you resolve the DNA?
I'm 23 years old. You know how
he's lived a life.
For a long time. I have my own son that I got to deal with.
Can you imagine what this man's gone through for 23
exactly what
years?
I know exactly what he's going through.
But that's my child. So I know what he's went through, and I know what's going on. I've been with him from day 4. This is my child, and like I said, this is
the father.
This is his father.
Does he call you only for sex? Is that goes on?
He calls for different, numerous things. I mean,
a boy doesn't want to hear that about his mom.
I mean, we've been good friends with each other.
This is what I'm trying to say is, 2 years after that, Bill, I go over another man's house. I'm looking on top of the mantle. This happened to be the same man who makes the call now.
Same guy?
Same guy.
What do you see on that mantle at his house?
2 years later, I see my son's picture on the top of their fireplace. I asked the lady, I say, why you got this, I mean, where do you know this little...
Did you call her? And
no.
I'm talking about, did you confront her with this?
Why would a man have a baby picture on his house?
What did she say?
Like I said, it was the best friend.
She said...
The best friend?
My best friend's brother that did it. He took the picture.
Aren't you engaged now to another one?
They still got pictures.
What happened?
They still
This is
got
what
pictures.
happened. When I go above the man, I'm like, who's my boy?
That's my boy.
I'm like,
He
this
didn't
my
say
son.
that's my boy.
No, I asked her.
You asked her, because this is what you told me. Where do you know this little boy?
And she said, that's my baby daddy's son.
So why didn't you say, how could that be possible if this is supposed to be my son?
Oh, you think I didn't check?
My son.
You don't think I checked
my
him?
son.
You don't think I checked him?
Because I know for certain, if I go to any man's house and he got my son on his mantle, oh, it's going to be problems. I need to know answers.
It wasn't no man. It wasn't no man.
I would ask her.
It was a female. I asked her, and then I asked her. And then I moved out. I moved out the house because she couldn't give me no explanation. So I moved. Bro, I moved.
You moved?
Yeah, I was staying with you on 27th. No. That's when I took the game.
How many kids do you have, Kenyatta? Do you know how many?
I got 9 kids.
7
boys and 2 girls.
How many are called Kenyatta?
3 of them.
You're like George Foreman.
Bill, the crazy part about that is I met one of my brothers. I was a junior in high school, right? A junior in high school. They said I got suspended. I'm like, how did I get suspended? I went to each one of my classes. I did all my work. I didn't even talk to nobody. So when it came down to it, I'm like, how could I get suspended? I went in the office. When I went in the office, they like, Kenyatta, that's not you. That was a sophomore. So I was like, wow.
Your official name is
last name?
Your official name is Kenyatta, but they call you Trey. So you're thinking you got another Kenyatta, and it wasn't you. It was some other. How'd you get locked up for 15 years and have 9 babies?
I had the babies before I went to jail.
And how many you got after you came out?
1.
1. All right, let's do this. A lot more is coming up, including Kenyatta's fiance. Your fiance is here, right? And she wants to know.
This is your dad.
Do you know that's your dad?
When it's all said and done,
yeah, I know,
this
but
is how this is going to go.
It's just a killer part of 23 years. Pop, 23 years?
You act like I don't know. You act like I ain't tripping about the 23 years.
Aren't you denying? Do you deny him?
No, I ain't never denied.
What about the $60,000 you owe?
No, that's what I want to find out what's up with
You
that.
want to deny that? Kenyatta's fiance is coming up. Stay right there.
Lingering DNA doubts.
So you treated him differently than the other 8.
And because I had, you know what I'm saying, doubts. You know what I'm saying, is he mine?
And a fiery fiance is added to the mix.
Do you believe Kenyatta is in fact the biological father?
I can't say whether he is or not. That was before my time. But he has his own doubts if he's his or not because of the stories was told.
And new accusations arise.
I didn't call and tell you anything. I didn't have a discussion with you about your child support with him, period. Maybe y'all had a discussion. Don't bring that to me.
A lot of DNA drama today. Please welcome Kenyatta's fiance, Stacy, to the show. Stacy, we were backstage a little bit, and you were a little bit angry about some of the questions I asked, information I'd gotten from Trey, and that was the information I got. So, do you believe Kenyatta is, in fact, the biological father of Trey?
I can't say whether he is or not. That was before my time. But he has his own doubts if he's his or not because of the stories was told. And I just want him to go ahead on and get it over with so they can move on with their life. Trey has a child now. He could possibly be his grandfather. He should be able to have the same bond that he had with the children that's with us, the same one with him. That's only fair to do it and get it over with.
You got to get it over with, but Stacy, I'm with you. I agree. Do you think he's the biological father? Do you think?
That's not my place to say whether he is or not. I wasn't there when they had that child or they made that child. That was them too.
That's right.
That's so right.
That's right.
So right. But I mean, if you look at all of them, they all look alike. They all look alike. They all. This boy looks just like that one. Yeah. This one got the nose just like him. This one acts like him. This is who I dealt with many days of going through.
And you did a great job. I never said that you did not do a good job with your kids.
And it's all good. But like I said, when it's all said and done, he gonna see Trey is here.
That's a good thing, though. That way they can start building a relationship to become closer with each other.
But it shouldn't even have to take all this for me and him to build a relationship, regardless of the fact if he felt like I was his or if I wasn't his. If the thing about it is, if you coming around and you being there and you know what I'm saying, you coming to the crib and you
I wasn't trying to build no relationship with you.
But I didn't say that you didn't try to build a relationship, but you ain't try as hard as you did with my other siblings.
Okay.
Is that a point? I mean,
no, that is a valid point.
So you treated him differently than the other 8.
And because I had, you know what I'm saying, doubts. You know what I'm saying, is he mine?
Come on now.
That's all.
Well, today we're going to resolve. If you won't marry him until you find out, is that right, Stacey? You want to find out.
Because why would I want to get married to somebody we don't have everything that, all the doubts that you have and the things that you want to get done do this.
Take care
of business. So we can start, so our family be right. If he's a part of our family, he needs to be with us too. He needs to come see his other sisters and all the time.
And you can come to me anytime you want me. Like I always got to come to you. You can come to me. You call me. You have my number. You can call me anytime.
But that's the thing. Hold on. Have I not called you?
And every time you call me.
We supposed to went to my sister. Listen, we supposed to went to my sister's party. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so when I called you, when we were supposed to go to the party, did you pick up?
No, I didn't.
Okay, and I called you the day of, did you pick up?
Stacey, did you call Nicole to try to get the child support lowered?
What?
Did you call her to try to get lowered child support?
I called her to what?
Did you call her to try to get...
You told, when they was talking about doing the changing, you told me to lower it, to take it off.
You recall that?
You said take it off.
Nicole, is that true?
You said take it off.
She don't remember.
I didn't call and tell you anything. I didn't have a discussion with you about your child support with him, period. Maybe y'all had a discussion. Don't bring that to me.
No.
But you will not marry him until you find out. You want to take care of all business.
I just want him to have all his things
everything
together
handled.
So we can move on with our life. I'm not here to geek nothing up, to make people look bad. I'm not finna stand on this stage and make my black sister look bad because you want to act. Because when you're doing this, we got to go back home, and everybody in the world got to watch. But guess what? We still got to stick together.
You got to live
so
your
how
life.
you want to do this? You might as well take the test out and let's get it on.
You know.
That's right.
But you understand?
That's what I'm here for.
You understand? This information came from them. It didn't come from me. They gave me the information.
Let's go.
This is the way they feel. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know he felt like this, though.
He feels like
I
this.
know, but we talk all the time, though. He could have been told.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, that's what I'm trying to get you to understand, Pop. For a long time, it's like bringing, that's like Pop, that's like grandpops.
When I
coming to
tell
you, right? Coming to you, you ain't seen them. You know what I'm saying? And you supposed to, you got in your mind, you thinking like, okay, this person is all this, you know what I'm saying? This person got it going on. I got tattoos all over my body because who?
And that's just like
because who? You got plenty of tattoos, right? I got that from you. I wanted to be tatted because you were tatted. You know what I'm saying? I got tattoos because they mean something to me, but you had the tattoos. I got those off of pictures that you sent me when you was in prison.
Yeah. How about he wants a relationship?
We got the same tattoo of Granddad on our arm.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I knew that.
But he wants a relationship.
Yeah.
Are you willing to provide it if you're the biological dad?
I mess with Trey. This is what I'm trying to say. Every time Trey called me for anything, am I there?
Yeah. What if
Am I there? That's what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying, I'm whatever. If you call me and tell me to come.
No, it's for different reasons.
Trey, what if you find out he's not your dad? What if he's not your biological dad?
Then I give him an apology.
But he's still going to be there because that's all you know is he dead.
That's all I know.
That's who been there for.
But he needs to know who his father is. He needs to know.
I've always been there. I might not been there the way you wanted me to be there, but I've always been there. The way I could. You know what I'm saying? If you call me, and if somebody's suppressing you on any there,
yeah, you there.
and I'm not going to sweat them, though.
Yes,
Right,
of course you are. But what I'm saying is you not there for the other things. Like when I called you, I said, I'm having my baby shower.
Did I come?
You came because you talked to her.
No, I can't.
No, that is not what happened. This is what happened. I called you. I said, I'm having my baby shower, right? I called my mama. I'm like, Ma, you know what I'm saying? Today the baby shower. She like, oh, yeah, I know. You know, I'll be there. As soon as I got off the phone with her, you called me. I hadn't talked to you in
I called you.
maybe like a couple months.
I called you.
And then I said, you said, what you doing today? I said, oh, I'm going, you know, I'm having my baby shower today.
Did he come to his grandbaby's baby shower?
He came to the baby shower. He came to the baby shower.
We got the DNA coming up. That's important. Stacey, it's important to you. You want to...
It's important so that they can build a relationship how it should be.
Take care of family business.
That's it.
But understand, Stacey, everything I said came from these two, and I asked the questions. Let's continue with more. Another DNA drama. Don't want to miss what's coming up with this. Stay right there.
A father of two?
You think you have two kids, one 6-year-old girl and a 3-year-old boy.
His DNA doubts
And I dispute it because I'm going to be the third guy to get tested.
leads to baby mama drama.
He was crying for you, and he do call you dad. He do call you dad. He call you dad.
Sit down, Sheree. If you love watching from your couch, wait until you see us live. For your free tickets to a taping in New York City, go to our website, BillCunninghamShow.com, or call toll-free 888-710-8425 now. On today's show, we're hoping to solve long-simmering DNA disputes that are tearing families apart. Please welcome Jamal to the show. Jamal, how you doing, man?
I'm good.
All right, Jamal. Why are you here today?
I'm here today to find out if this little boy is mine because I'm tired of not being able to see my daughter. My daughter's 6 years old.
Here's your little boy. So let's tell the story. You think you have two kids, one 6-year-old girl and a 3-year-old boy.
Right.
And your baby mama won't let you see your daughter, which is not in dispute, because you kind of dispute whether you're the father of the 3-year-old boy.
Right, and I dispute it because I'm going to be the third guy to get tested by her.
Number 3.
I'm going to be number 3. When she stayed with me, we only had sex one time other than with my daughter.
One time?
One time.
One time.
She told me the daddy's in another state. She left and she moved. She left. Didn't come back to it a year later. When she came back, I paid for her to come back. And when I paid for her to come back, I asked her. I didn't ask her. When I paid for her to come back, she told me that she wanted me to come back so I could be in my daughter's life. That's what it was. Then when she got back, all of a sudden, 3 to 4 months later, I get a letter in the mail saying I have 30 days to respond to child support.
Child support?
At this time,
so
I'm in
she
the process,
said you are?
Right. At this time, I'm in the process of moving. So by the time I get the letter, the 30 days is already up. So how it works where I'm from is that after that 30 days, regardless if you respond or not, you're on child support. So now I'm paying child support for a child that I don't even know is mine.
Going back in the beginning, you're saying there's only one chance that that boy could be, in fact, your son because you had relations one time.
I did, one time.
One time. But you're at least the third person to be tested.
I'm getting ready to be the third person to get tested. She got somebody tested where she's from. She got somebody tested where I'm from. So I'm going to be guy number 3.
And you've called the police on her in the past?
Yes, I've called the police because I had problems getting my daughter due to this little boy.
So she's holding your daughter ransom because you won't take the 3-year-old. So you'll go pick up the kids, but she says you'll pick up your daughter and leave the 3-year-old boy there. Is that right?
Right. Sometimes I will.
You do?
Yeah, sometimes I will. I'll leave my daughter. I'll get my daughter and I'll leave him there. And it's just because, like, I feel like, how would you want your daughter to be? How would you want your son to be with somebody that don't have that same bond? You know, like I have that bond with my daughter.
Isn't that a little bit unkind to the 3-year-old boy, though, to leave him at home? Because does he think you are the baby daddy? Does the little boy think that?
The little boy's 3.
I know he's 3, but
doesn't really...
you know, 3-year-olds can run toward dad
right,
or mom.
He doesn't do all that to me. He don't run to me and do all of this and that. He's kind of afraid of me because he doesn't know me. It's like you're pushing your son on me or because you want the child support or whatever. If that's the case, don't push your son on me. There's no way I'm going to send my son with somebody that my son barely even knows. Or if anything, if she wanted me to be in this child's life, if anything, it could have been, let's go meet at a McDonald's, let's go meet at a Burger King, and let's get to know him first.
Does this little boy call some other man daddy for the last couple of years?
I mean, she stayed with a guy for a couple of years while she was in Georgia. I'm pretty sure that's who they was calling.
So you don't feel the connection to the boy that you feel for the little girl?
That I feel for my little girl.
But today's the day. You took DNA. We're going to find out today.
Yeah, I took DNA today.
Do you want it to be that way or not?
If he's mine, I'm going to take care of him like 100%. He's mine. I'm going to be there 100%.
Please welcome Jamal's baby mama, Cherie, to the show. Cherie, come on out.
You know that's your son. You know that's his son. He always cry. He always cry.
You're not with him with me, so you don't know if he's crying. You're not there with me, so you don't know if he's crying. You're not there, so you don't know.
When he came over there to the house, he was crying for you, and he do call you dad. He do call you dad.
Yeah, he start calling me daddy because you push that on him.
Sit down, Cherie.
There's no telling who he was calling daddy while he was in Georgia, Cherie. That's what I'm trying to let you know. There's no telling who he was calling daddy while he was in Georgia.
He's
here in Texas.
You don't buy no diapers. You don't buy no fries.
I do buy that. When you go and you swipe that card, it's come out of my pockets, not your pockets.
Cherie, can you sit down?
Not your pockets. It's come out of my pockets, not your pockets.
Can you sit down and say this?
I do. I pay child support. I pay child support. They took that out of my check, so you need to call them and figure that out. You need to call them and figure that out. They faithfully take it out of my check.
Well, you sit down and see if she'll sit down.
They take it out of my check. They faithfully take it out of my check. They faithfully take it out of my check.
I told them you need to
call for what? What are you going to call for? As long as they take it out of my check, and you got that card, go swipe your card. Maybe you don't remember your password. Find your password. Maybe you don't remember it.
Does he only pick up your daughter?
The password.
He don't take care of his daughter. He don't even
take care of my daughter because you won't let me take care of my daughter.
Sit down. Let's talk.
You won't let me take care of my daughter.
Cherie, why are you pushing me? I'm here to help you.
You don't do nothing.
She's good. Tell me about it.
We was in Georgia. I tell him to call for her birthday. He missed her birthday. He missed Christmas. He don't do nothing.
She changed her number. All the time she's changing her number.
You got the number.
She's changing her number.
You got the number.
Changing her number.
Does he act spiteful toward your son? Does he act
He don't do nothing. When we first, he did, by the way. He did bring us to Texas.
Sure did.
And I needed some shoes because I left his shoes somewhere else.
And
you did.
Yes, I did.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did about them.
Me and him, we walked to the store. Remember when you was living on the street?
Who she stayed with when she came?
Who'd you stay with?
When she came to Texas?
Does your son call some other man dad?
No.
Who'd you stay with when you came to Texas?
Is that his father?
That's his
Is he the third guy you've tested?
That's his father.
Is he the
Am I guy
third?
number 3 that you're testing for with this baby?
Look, y'all look just alike. Y'all look just alike.
Am I guy number 3 that you're testing for this baby?
But I know you're
Am I guy number 3? Yes or no?
Yes,
You're number 3. Number 3.
Okay, wait. Did you not stay in Texas with me? When we had sex? Did you not tell me that you're going back to Georgia because? Why would you go back to Georgia? Why did you go back to Georgia when you was pregnant?
I guess I went back to Georgia because I thought it was someone
else. Are you 100% certain he's the baby daddy?
I'm going to take care of this baby like it's my baby.
Are you sure?
If this baby is not mine,
you don't
want my money back. I want my money back.
Is the baby yours? Is the baby yours?
Because you don't let me take care of her because it's real baby. You don't let me take care of her because it's real baby. You don't let me take care of her because it's real baby.
Do you withhold the daughter because he won't pick up the the son, did you?
Right. Yes,
you withhold the daughter because he won't pick up the son.
So how am I going to take care of somebody if she won't let me take care of?
You ain't finna take care of one. You ain't finna take care of one and not the other.
Has he refused DNA? Has he refused?
I didn't even call the court and
Has he refused DNA in the past?
Yes,
he refused.
I paid DNA.
And he wouldn't do it.
And who took the test?
You didn't want to take it. The test was right there. You didn't want to take it. I tried to get you to take it. I tried to get you to take it.
Who took it?
I tried to get you to take it.
Who took it?
The
other guy. The other guy that stayed with me.
Guess what? Cherie's mom is up next. Cherie's mom. Stay right there.
This DNA drama rages on.
How do you choose that this my child, this my child, but this one not? When then I understand you had
With my daughter, she told me that was my child.
The answers you've been waiting for.
Jamal, when it comes to the paternity of that beautiful 3-year-old baby boy, Jamal, you are
the results you can't miss.
Wow. Wow.
Are you in a DNA dispute? If you need to clear up a paternity issue, we'll do a free DNA test on our show. Contact me at BillCunninghamShow.com. Call me at 1-855-US-BILL or text guest at 95902. Message and data rates may apply. Give us a call right now.
was there with her. You know you slept with her. So why not take the DNA test and then instead of bringing us way to New York, all of a sudden now you got child support, now I want DNA. That didn't even have to happen.
Today's about DNA drama. Your mother, Sharon, is here, Cherie. You freely admit this is the third man that you've tested. And secondly, I think you freely admit you refuse him to see his own daughter as more or less ransom so that he takes the 3-year-old that he disputes. Now, understand his position. There's no dispute. He hadn't seen his kids now in 2 or 3 months. And the problem is he wants the relationship.
He's the father.
Right, it's not
he
that.
needs to take care.
And I am.
No, you don't do nothing.
I am.
You don't do
nothing. I'm going to take care of him. But like I said, like, how can you expect, why do you want?
Because I'm not finna take Sakaria just by herself. That's her brother. And you the dad.
So what, when I do, if I am the daddy,
you take care of other kids. You take care of other kids, but you can't even take care of.
I take care of my kids.
They're not yours. I'm talking about you take care of kids. It's not even yours. But you can't even take care of.
My girlfriend at the time. Okay, so you telling me?
You think it's yours? You ain't think it's yours.
I don't think he's mine. That's the thing.
You don't think he's yours?
But if he is,
he think it's yours.
Are you 100% certain? What about the other 2 guys you've tested? What about you? Were 100%. You were 100% certain of them too.
Yes, she was.
100%.
She wanted to be her husband, so she was 100%.
100%.
No, that's not true. I wasn't.
What is your?
I take the DNA test for them so I can show him.
What is your mom Sharon think?
Why did you even go to? Why? Okay, she said she did the DNA so she could show me. So why did you even leave Texas? Why did you even leave Texas? Why did you leave Texas the first time?
I don't want to be in Texas. I don't even want to be in Texas.
Please welcome Cherie's mother, Sharon. Sharon, come on out. Here come Mama. Here come Mama.
Jamal, how long have you known my child? Okay, so you know her child already. She have not been the kind of child that she gonna just throw anybody on any person.
She's had 3 people tested.
Yes, she has.
She's not gonna be that type. You said she's not gonna be that type, but she is that type because I'm number 3.
Yeah, but she just like
I'm number 3.
Sharon, have a seat right there, honey.
She did that. You can do it. But what you did? She didn't do that. She didn't. Why you didn't take the test? Why you?
He took the test today, honey. Can you sit down?
Okay, listen, let me tell you. Let me tell you. She didn't take the test. She didn't take the test. Yeah, that's right. I know her lover, so why did she even go to Georgia to be with the other guy?
She came to Justice with
She told me she went to Georgia because
Sharon, can you have a seat, honey? Thank you.
And that's what she wants to be the daddy. She did not say, I'm going to Georgia. She did not say, I'm going to Georgia because... She didn't tell me, I'm going to Georgia because...
I got him tested because you didn't believe him.
From Georgia?
You didn't believe me?
Why did you get the guy in Georgia, Texas? Tell the world. Why did you get the guy in Georgia, Texas? Because what? The first guy.
The guy in Texas is because Georgia thought he was... You
thought he was a baby daddy.
Jamal wouldn't get tested because she thought he was the daddy.
Because you said he's the father, his father. I said, no, he's not the father. He's the father, he's the father, he's the father.
He only had sex one time.
Sharon. It only takes one time, so like I said...
I had sex with the guy down here. I
if they with their woman, and then that's who they having sex with, and they think that they're the daddy. If they tell you that somebody else is the daddy,
you the daddy.
Shannon, what kind of man? Let me hear from Mom. What kind of man is Jamal?
Wait a minute. You know what? Jamal, I really...
And that's how I say,
let's share and talk.
I had a lot of respect for you because when I saw you, I didn't like the idea that you had got my child pregnant at an early age. Anyway,
she cooperated in that.
She sure did.
I understand she cooperated. They both had something to do with it.
And didn't she tell you she was going to get pregnant before she got pregnant?
She's older than me.
But then when he stepped up and played, he helped with my granddaughter. I thought, okay, I thought he was real good.
Now what? Let Mama talk. Go ahead, Shannon.
How do you choose? This my child, this my child, but this one not. When then I understand you had
with my daughter, she told me that was my child. Yeah. So that's my child. I took care of my child.
She told you to let the ball yours.
After the guy from Georgia, I was number 2. I was a child. I was daddy a year later.
You didn't know anything.
I was daddy a year later.
You didn't know anything until she came into you and she said, "Look, Jamal, this child is yours, but I'm gonna let you be free and take a DNA." All you had to do.
You don't know half the story. You was in Georgia. Me and her had sex. Let me tell y'all the story. Me and her had sex. Okay, let me tell you. So
Jamal's got the phone.
You had sex more than once. We had unprotected sex one time. Okay, listen to the story. Listen to the story.
Jamal,
she told me I'm 3 months pregnant and it's by somebody in Georgia.
That's not true.
That's what she said. She said that. DNA test results are next. Stay right there. DNA. For your free tickets to see the Bill Cunningham Show live in New York City, go to BillCunninghamShow.com or call 888-710-8425 now. It's time for you to take control and give my guests some tough love. How would you resolve the issue? Should Kenyatta have been more of a father figure in Dontre's life? Call me with your answer to 1-855-TELL-BILL. You hear what other viewers answered and receive some valuable offers. Take control and call 1-855-TELL-BILL.
I've been trying to tell you to call. I've been trying to tell you, can you call? You didn't even call for Christmas. You don't even call. Not 5 minutes, 2 minutes. You don't do nothing. Nothing.
Why do something for him? That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Because you know he's yours.
I don't, because you told me he's not.
We have 2 families in turmoil over unresolved paternity issues, so let's start the solving. Now it's time for the DNA test right here. All right, Trey, let's come to you first. Every person has a right to know biologically who their daddy, no question. And you feel a little hurt by the fact that for like 23 years, for a good chunk of that time, that you've been denied by your dad. Is that
it wasn't more so denied. I was robbed of 15, and then those other 9, it was like he was there, but it was only like in certain portions. You
want them all in.
I want them all in.
He's got 9 kids. He's got 9 kids.
So we put in 9 years. You know what I'm saying? With everybody. It's not a because of that. If you my father, then be my father. You know what I'm saying?
How certain are you that that's the father of this boy?
Without a shadow of a doubt, I know that's his dad.
And it's relevant to you because you want to take care of all family business before you get into marriage with this man.
Yeah, it's only fair to that they both be here to build a relationship and move on.
All right, let's do it. Trey, we're waiting for this for 23 years. When it comes to your paternity, Kenyatta, you are the father. You may have lost a few years. You got so many more years to live. Young man, long time. Good. A lot of making up to do. Trey, how do you feel now, man? How do you feel?
Wow. Wow. All this time.
No doubt. No doubt.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Ooh, wow. Wow.
It's over. This is the beginning. Just the beginning. Trey, just the beginning. You two have a lot to go. He's a young man. You're a young man. You got a whole life together.
I should spin.
All right. Here we go, Jamal. You told me off the air you kind of hope you're not the baby daddy of the boy, right?
Yeah.
Honestly,
Who want to pay child support?
you don't want to pay child. Well, there's more to it than being a father.
Yeah, if I'm the baby's father, I'm going to be the baby's father.
And Cherie, this is number 3 you've tested, but you're certain it can't be.
Him for certain reason. Look at him. He looks just like him.
He needs to know who his biological dad is.
He calls him dad.
If I'm his dad, I'm going to take care of him.
Like, when he tries to take Sakari, he cries.
Jamal, when it comes to the paternity of that beautiful 3-year-old baby boy, Jamal, you are the baby daddy. All right, let's end this now. Let's end it. When he comes to pick up his 2 kids, no question, you're going with the. And can he come to the house and stay? Because I understand you don't let him in the house. Can he come to the house now?
No, I want to go to the house and stay.
You stay, not stay, but stay. I mean, hang around, be a family unit is what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, that's how we both like that. That's how we
family
both
unit.
So, yeah.
I feel so
like
glad that
I'm glad it's over.
it's over.
Good results.
Now he could take care.
Good results. Congratulations. Help is on the way. Stay right there. Good results. Stay right there. Today's DNA testing and results were provided by DNA Diagnostic Center.
No doubt.
Yeah, I know,
This
but
is how this
it's
is gonna
just
go.
the killer part of 23 years. Pop, 23 years?
They faithfully take
Well, you sit down and see if she'll sit down.
They take it out of my check.
Sit down.
They take it out of my check. They faithfully take it out of my check.
I told them you
Call for what?
DNA answers.
You are the father. You are the baby daddy. Long simmering DNA disputes have torn these families apart. Now let's put the pieces back together. Please welcome life coach Selena Gill to the show. Selena, good to see you again. Let's go this way. One thing when you see your baby's picture on some other man's mantle, it's a problem. When you get the call in the delivery room that the baby daddy's on the phone, I can understand where the biological dad is coming from, but all the disputes are now gone. All the past doesn't matter. Well, how do we move on from this day forward with this wonderful family?
Well, Dad has a lot of making up to do, and son needs an apology, because he was literally rejected from the time he was born until today. So, first, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, son, for causing you any kind of grief. That wasn't my intention.
And then understand that it's going to take time for him to really be involved. You can't just jump into being dad, because now you have to develop the relationship. But he wants the relationship, and you see that. And fiance and mom over here, as long as you keep giving support, you know, don't try to interfere. And it sounds like you've been supportive. And anything that's in the past is now squashed. It's done. There's nothing to argue about anymore. This is Dad.
And Stacey, you almost didn't come on stage. Are you happy now with the result?
I was happy regardless of either way it came out, but I'm glad that he got a chance to really just put closure to this and that he could be there in his son's life.
That's
but
it.
He been there in and out. So
now it's permanent. As permanent ever is. You're going to get married now to Kenyatta?
yes.
That's it. All right. All right, Selena, Jamal. I never like to hear that a mother is like blackmailing somebody to take one child when the other one's in dispute. But I understand Cherie saying, wait a minute, they got to stay together. The brother and sister got to. I understand both, but now that we've solved this, I think it's great for the family. But as Jamal has said, he's the second or third guy tested. He didn't have a lot of confidence, but now he's got to really attach himself to. A little boy needs a man to example and to live after. Well, where does this family go from here?
Well, during the break, I heard you all squabbling about some other mess that's happened in the past. From this day forward, it doesn't even matter anymore. You're a dad. Be a dad to your son and continue to be a dad to your daughter. There should never be a blackmailing of take this child and not the other.
No, yeah, I am. I'm gonna start being a dad. I'm gonna start being a dad. I'm gonna start being
And
a dad.
paying child support.
Financially. Paying child support for both children.
Yeah, I do.
No,
I do pay child support for both of them. She has her child support for both of them.
But it's not coming to me.
So.
But it's not like blackmail. It's just I'm not finna have my daughter going out having fun while her brother crying and want to go too.
Okay, that's what I'm telling you. She has a third child. What she think when I get my other two child, he's gonna be at home not doing
he's
nothing?
Gonna do it. But
so
that's
what?
not your son, so you don't gotta worry about him. That's not your son.
Okay, that's the same thing. I wasn't worried about him.
He's still doing it. He's still doing it. It's done.
It's over.
It's done. It's over.
Done.
He's dead. He's done.
And Sharon, do you accept Jamal in every part of this life with your grandkids right now? You're in. No more arguments with him. It's done.
Yeah, I always accept him. I just want, I always believe that that baby was his. And I just want you to do the same thing that you do for all of his other children.
And Jamal, you promise, right? You promise.
I promise.
All right, when we continue is the bottom line. For more info, go to the website, BillCunninghamShow.com. It's time for you to take control and give my guests some tough love. How would you resolve the issue? Should Kenyatta have been more of a father figure in Dontre's life? Call me with your answer to 1-855-TELL-BILL. You hear what other viewers answered and receive some valuable offers. Take control and call 1-855-TELL-BILL right now. If your family is feuding over a DNA dilemma, here's the bottom line. Don't let a DNA dispute drag on for years or decades. If there's a question about paternity, do whatever it takes to get a DNA test done now. A child should not have to wait years to know who their father is, and a father should not have to wait to start acting like one. I want to thank all my guests for coming in, and I'll see you the next time.